Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and I'm stamping in my craft room today, creating the January 2020 club cards, which I will make live in January 2021 for everybody else. So we're going to make this stamp set using the Peaceful Poppies suite of products, and this is the inside. And this is the recipe. Now, this was inspired by a card I saw by Amber Trubiak, and I just love it. I did a few tweaks to make it my own. We're also going to use the Champagne Mist Shimmer Spritz, so I'll show you how to do that. Okay. We have the envelope. I left the envelope is packed to go to one of my catalog launches. But that's okay, because I have one. I'm going to stamp it the same as the inside anyway. So here's my card base. Now, I'm using the Peaceful Moments and Painted Poppies bundles. So Peaceful Moments goes with Poppy Moments dies, and there's 16 dies in here. And the Painted Poppies goes with the Painted Labels dies. So let me find those. Oh, they're not here. I don't know where I've put them, but I can show you in the catalog. So in the catalog, the Occasions Mini, there's the Peaceful Poppies suite of products. There's the Painted Poppies dies. Yeah. I love this. I love this suite. I absolutely love this suite. So fun. Okay, so our inside piece, and then we have another piece to do all the die cuts with. Some designer paper. There's a strip to go across the center-ish, and then this one we're going to die cut to go in behind this poppy die cut, and I've glued just the center down. I've left the edges free floating. Some Blackberry Bliss to cut out leaves. This is for the center. All right, so let me get my magnetic platform out here, and we'll do some die cutting. This one goes with this die because it's in behind, and there's room to play on the sheet of paper if you want. Let's just go there. That's good. Okay, this one I need the leaf. So there's two leaves. There's this one and this one. Now this one is built so when you die cut it, it layers on top of that one, but I didn't want to layer it. I left them kind of on their own. So we need to cut one of those out. We need to cut the flower center out of the black. And then this white one, I don't know whether this is going to work. Let's just move this so I can stick this on here. Probably not going to work, but that's okay because I have two leaves to cut out, so I'll just put that one off to the side. Okay, so we need to cut out two of those, and we need to cut out this. So we'll do that. Then I'll do the second set of leaves in white in a minute. I'm just going to run that slowly through the big shot, because remember, the slower you go, the more you give your big shot time to cut the paper and make a good job. And I'm just about done. I decided to do it twice because there's a lot on there. So take those off. So there's our background one. Put that die away. And there's our Blackberry Bliss one, and we just have to push it out of the die. Oops. I that. And we'll put that back. We don't need that anymore. Then there's this one, and I just have to take out the extra pieces and then push the die out. And this one is really delicate, so you want to be careful with it to make sure you get it all released before you start pulling on the edges. So I'm just slowly working it out. There we go. Put that one back. Oh, going to lose that die. I don't want to do that. Some of these dies are really tiny. And then we have this one. Let's pull that out. Now I've discovered if you start from the stem end of these leaves and pull down so that you're kind of going with the flow, they come out without any damage. There we are. Now I have one more of these to cut. Let's put that back on there. And I have to cut out the black center. And that's it. We're done. All right. Now this black center's got a little piece that needs to be pushed out. It looks like a little smiley face. Would that be cute to put a whole bunch of those on a card for a kid, or use them with the new birthday bonanza? I think that would be adorable. Okay, I'll just gently pull that out. And the leaf, the last leaf image. Although these get stuck in the dies, they're not hard to pull out. Okay, now let's get rid of the garbage. And we can start putting things together. So we need this strip and our card base. I'm just going to do a dry run there because I want to stamp the sentiment. And I don't want to have attached the designer paper just in case I screw up and have to get another card base. Because you know, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen while I'm doing a Facebook Live. Okay, so now this is straight on there. I'm just going to stick my sentiment on there. And while I'm pressing gently with my finger, I'm just going to pray that it's straight. Perfect. I like it. Okay. So let's get this designer paper on there. And sometimes when I'm cutting these, I cut them bigger than 5.5, just so there isn't an issue with it going over the side. So these little ones on the ends, I'm just pulling the liners right off. This time I didn't cut it bigger. I cut it, I don't know why. It was just the way it was that day that I was doing it. Okay, so now to get this on straight, of course, you're going to line it up with the grid paper, and I use the dark one at 8 inches and get it where I want it. That's good. So I put it this side down on the 8 and holding it up so that I can move it. I'll put it on the 8 from the other side. No. No, 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 no. Thank you. All right. Come on, cooperate here. Edit it on the 8. Yeah. You know, if you're not so anal retentive like me, this wouldn't be as painful. There. That's where it is. That's where it's staying. Okay. There we are. Got it. Oh my good Lord, that's crooked. Why does it say it's not? Oh, yes, it is. Oh, well. Gonna let it go. Okay, so now I want to spritz this before I put it on there, and you can spritz the black part. Well, you can spritz it all. I didn't with this one, but let's do that because we're going to have the spritzing box in here anyways, so why not? So this is my spritzing box, and it's just an old Stampin' Up box. Get it in here so you can see. Okay, so I have paper towel in there. And now I'll get all my little bits and spread them out. Make sure they're the right way up because you don't want to spritz the back side. And this is one of our spritzers, and I've mixed it with, okay, I won't do that on camera. I've mixed it with rubbing alcohol and the shimmer paint. So the Champagne Mist shimmer paint and some rubbing alcohol. I would say 6 or 8 drops of the paint into one of these spritzers. Now I do it in a big one because I have a lot of people that I have to use it for. And then when you first spritz, I just spritz off to the side so it gets all the there. And I'm way far away. You don't want to do it here because then you get really concentrated blobs. But by spritzing at least a foot away and letting it just fall, see, you get a nice mist instead of a blobby. So I'm taking the box away and I'll bring the pieces out. And because it's rubbing alcohol, it doesn't take too long to dry. There we are. Box out of my way, and while that's drying off to the side, I'm going to stamp. Ooh, apparently I mangled my card when I did that, so be careful where you put your box. So I'm going to stamp the inside in the envelope, and there it is. It's just the stamp. This stamp that belongs to Painted Poppies is so elegant. Look at it. I love it. And then you don't even have to color it if you don't want, but if you want, there's splotches to color it, or just leave it. So you could stamp it in black, or you could stamp it in a different color, and just use, okay, where did my spare paper go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know where to do this. Oh, why it's in the garbage, I don't know, but there it is. I don't want to stamp on my grid paper. And the bottom of the poppy is going to be off the envelope, so. Yeah, so you could stamp it in a rich raspberry or something and then put the Blackberry Bliss blotches on top of it. There it is. It's just that easy. Yeah, I'm using that envelope because it has a blob on it and I don't want to give it to my customers. There we go. Oh, I'm not really stamping this in frame. I'm sorry. Okay. Now I need the Blackberry Bliss marker. And while I'm getting that, I'm going to take a drink. There we are. Voice is getting a little gravelly. This is the 3rd of 5 videos today. So it's going to, by the time they're over, my voice is going to be very hoarse. That's okay. The videos will all be done. So look at how shiny these are. Can you see? Can you see the shine? I love it. I love it. I was so happy when they brought this, the Champagne Mist shimmer paint back. Okay, so this is going to go over top of here, and I just have to figure out which way. There we are, like that. And I'm only going to put adhesive in the middle, and I'm going to use some Tombow. just in case I don't get it placed down in the right spot, then you have a couple of seconds to reposition it if you need it. You don't want too much because you don't want it spurching out. Oh, leave the lid off because I need to use that to do the leaves and stuff. So this is going to go on here like this. So I start in on one side and then kind of line things up around and then push in the center. There we go. We'll let that dry. And the center, the black center, is up on a dimensional, and that's the only thing that is. Now, where are my little ones? There we are. I want a couple of strips because, like I've said, I don't like having just one dimensional on there because it wobbles. And that's okay if you're trying to do a card with a wobbler in it. Let's see. That's good. Okay. Take the liners off. And I don't know whether it makes a difference where your smiley face is. I think it all depends on where you want the light source to come. So I had that one up. This one I'm going to put down this way, just so we can show a bit of contrast. Okay, now this is going to go here like that. I'm just going to use a bit of, I don't want to put too much of it, glue too much of it down because I want it to be kind of free floating. There we are. So right there. And you have to leave it open here so you can shove the leaves in too. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the stems off of my leaves, because then they're easier to put in, slide in. Don't have to worry about all that extra stuff, and you don't see the bottoms of them anyways. Okay, now I'll just take that out of the way. First one is going to go right here, and I'm just going to glue on the bottom parts. I'm not going to, I want it to be free floating. So just a bit of glue there, and then I'm just going to gently lift the corner up. And you don't have to put it in underneath too far. There, let's make that one that big. And then we'll put the other one is going to slide down here. Now you don't want it to interfere with your sentiment, so make sure you are aware of that when you do your placement. Put a little bit of Tombow on it. I love Tombow. I go through a lot of this stuff. I don't use it to put my cards together though. I don't like gluing my cards together. There we go. So this part is all free flowing. And these are the glued down pieces. Now this one is just going to go in the middle there. Between the two. If I can get the, there we are. Get that up. See, it just pokes in there like that, and it can go in as far as you want. And I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to put some Tombow on the bottom. Like that. And gently lift that up and push that in just like that. There we are. That's the card done. Now if you don't like this up like that, you have a couple of options. You can glue it down, or you can kind of take your bone folder and just try to persuade it to lay down a bit. There we go. So now get the inside. It's all ready. It's been edged with the Blackberry Bliss marker. Now we could take that blob. Maybe that's what I should do on this card. Find a color for that blob in this, like in the center of here. There's that lovely little, blobby thing that you can do right over top like that. Okay, let's get the designer paper. And of course, I haven't got it right there with me, but it's right here. And let's figure out what color we could do the blotches in. So here's the designer paper, and always on the back they have the colors. So we stamped with Blackberry Bliss. I don't want coral, flamingo, pool poppy, parade, or rich razzleberry. What should we do? Poppy parade. I think poppy parade. All right. Get the ink out. Move things out of the way. Ink up the blotch. Now you can stamp this off too if you want. And then just stamp right over top of your stamped image. And look at that. Just look at that. How amazing that is. No coloring, nothing. You just stamp. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's go on with the... And our rabbit ears happening here so we can put up the inside in. Oh, it's not 4, 3, 4. It's 5 videos I have to do because I forgot about the O in home. Because there's that too. Okay. We'll just center this here. Sure. It's crooked, but it'll do. Nobody but you and me knows it's crooked. There we are. Is our card done? No, we didn't. I didn't do the blotches in there, so let's do that while we're here and while we can. There we go. I love that. I love that. I'm going to have to add that onto the card we do in club. Okay, so there's the original. And there's our new one. Now this one, I spritzed just this white piece. This one, I've spritzed all the die cuts. So there's lots of bling. And you know me and bling. I have a coffee mug that says every woman should have bling in her veins. Yes, I agree. Okay, so that's it. That's club card number 2 for January 2020. And in January 2021, I will release it to the general public. I'm so glad you could join me today. Thank you very much. Stampin' Smiles, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.